speaker. Then we have our pastor George from the church that was you were hearing the bell. He will do the second, and then we have Maulana.
Good afternoon,
Rizwan,
Franklin. This is
who
Bill
will
Bowman from
be,
the Franklin Reporter and
speaking
Advocate.
on
We're coming to you
behalf of the
live
Muslim
from
community.
the
And then
Performance
we have a
Gazebo
few
at the Municipal
dignitaries
Complex on
here,
Demont,
officials from town,
arranged
that they will
for
also,
the third annual
if they wish to say a
Ramadan
few words, they welcome
lighting
to do
ceremony
that.
to mark the
But
beginning
I want
of
to thank all of
the
you.
Muslim
You know,
Holy Month.
Franklin Township, I've lived here for over 37
Speaking
years.
as Alex Karazi of
And it's a
Masjid
really
Ali
beautiful
on Cedar Grove.
mosaic of different nationalities who call Franklin home. In fact, there are over 72 languages that are spoken in our school. So you can imagine the number of countries and the people from different countries that they live in Franklin Township. It's a beautiful town and welcomes diversity. And this is an example of the events that township would like to see that is held. I also wanted to congratulate and wish the best for the people that they were celebrating Nowruz, which starts at the beginning of the spring. That is the new year. There's quite a few people around the world, including from India, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq, and all the other countries, Georgia, that they celebrate. So I want to wish them the best of health and a great year. So Ramadan, as you know, will be starting on Thursday. And it's a month that Muslims around the world, they fast from dawn to dusk, and they engage in additional acts of worship, and more importantly, they engage in acts of charity, invite people to their houses, or they go and visit the friends and they share meal. And fortunately, in many of the mosques around us, there is always food served, including the mosque at Cedar Grove Lane, Masjid Ali. We serve iftar every day. So if you do not want to cook, please come and join the community of Masjid Ali and have a meal. It starts at about 7:30, and there's always hot food. So we welcome all of you to join. With that, I would like to request Rabbi Garfinkel to come forward and say a few words, please.
Thank you, Alex. Ramadan Mubarak to all of you. There is a picture, a photograph that is making the rounds on the internet right now, and it's a large display of Passover food in a supermarket. And then right above all of the Passover food, it says Ramadan Mubarak, which is kind of silly, of course, because it's two completely different religions. But it's actually kind of perfect, because it reminds us that for the vast majority of the country, the Jews and the Muslims are the other. It doesn't really matter to them whether they get the right holiday mixed with the right food. We are the minorities, and we should cooperate on making sure that we get the civil liberties that are our right to have. I know that this is a month of fasting. My wife asked me, why is it that they observe Ramadan? And I said, oh, well, they observe Ramadan because, and then I realized I have no idea. So I asked a prominent Islamic scholar, his name is Google, and and I found out that you observe Ramadan because this is the month in which the Quran was revealed. Do I have that correct? All right, so, and of course there's the fasting. I understand the fasting very, very well. It's something that we Jews do as well, and I think you will recognize these steps of fasting that will I'm sure that we have in common. At first, maybe the first hour or so, everything is good. If you were smart and you had water when you could eat, then you're going to be just fine. If you can go for food, as you know, for many, many days, it's the water that'll get you. So do. The smart faster drinks a lot beforehand. And I think the fasting also reminds you that you spend a lot of your day, we spend a lot of our day, on thinking about ourselves. How many times that you think, oh, what am I going to eat now? And then in 45 minutes, you're hungry again, and you say, what am I going to eat now? And we spend a huge amount of our day either actually eating or planning to eat or thinking about what the next meal will be. Ramadan is, and any fast day, I think, is a time to get away from that. Then at about 1 p.m. on your fast, certainly that's true of mine, everything is good, but then there's a little bit of a headache, just a little knock. At about 3 o'clock, well, that's called nap time. The longer the better. I don't know if you can do that for 30 days, though. It would be hard to keep a job, I think, if you did that. And then when you wake up, you're parched and your mood is terrible, but then just before the fast is about to end, it all lifts and you realize what the point of the fast was. The point of the fast was to feel your soul again, because everything that we do in our lives, whether it's the eating or the internet or the TV or the whatnot, all of it is a muffler for the soul. And when you take it all away, then you can feel your own existence again. And then, and I'm sure this is true for Ramadan as it is for us, when you break your fast, you feel that surge of gratitude. It doesn't matter whether the rice is Uncle Ben's from a box. It's the best rice you've ever had in your life. It doesn't matter whether it is a date that is a little bit past its prime. It's the best date that you've ever had. And you come to realize how fortunate you are in your lives, and how grateful we are to live in a place like Franklin where we can practice the religion of our choice in freedom and security, and have people of other faiths gathered around to celebrate with us, as I am for you. So I wish you a meaningful and holy Ramadan.
Thank you very much, Rabbi. And Sir George Mantonelli, to come forward, please.
Ramadan Mubarak to you. There's a Christian writer in the Quaker tradition. His name is Richard Foster. He wrote a book in the 1980s in which he said that superficiality is the curse of our age. That the lifestyle or the doctrine of instant gratification is a spiritual problem. He said we don't need in our time more intellectually smart people. We don't need more gifted people. He said what we need is deeper people. If that was true in the 1980s, then my friends, it is even more true now, right? Where image is still the most important thing, where social media sound bites and memes are the thing that all of the world uses to make their judgments and make their decisions about what they're going to be doing in all sorts of ways. How they're going to react to someone who they disagree with, how they're going to react to someone that they agree with, what they think about something that happened in another part of the world, and what they think about something that happened right nearby their homes. Superficiality, a curse of the age. Instant gratification, a spiritual problem. The need for shallowness and the need for rushing. And against that, as a countercultural stroke, you experience and you lift up a public witness of Ramadan, of fasting, of slowing, of thinking deeply, of attending to things that are not surface things, but are deep things, things of the soul. And that is a needed countercultural stroke that all the world needs to see. So first I want to say I encourage you in it. May you be blessed and strengthened in the journey of fasting and of serving, of worshiping, and of service to your neighborhoods, to your neighbor, to wherever it is that you're going to be undertaking those extra acts of charity. I encourage you in that. But I also want to encourage you to that attentiveness that keeps this practice from just being another one. Within our tradition, we have something, we're celebrating it in overlapping time frames of Lent and preparations for Passover. We experience all of this kind of at the same time, but it's also possible for it to just kind of become another routine thing that we kind of go through without thinking too deeply about. I encourage that deeper attentiveness to the things of the Spirit. What am I learning? What am I learning about what I can let go? If I can let go of this physical, tangible thing, this food, this gift of time, then what is it that I can let go of that is less tangible? What of anger or bitterness can I let go of? What resentments can I let go of? All of those things. Attend to those things as well. Then we discover that the hunger that we have is not just a hunger for that which is physical, not just for the next meal that's going to come, but it's going to be a hunger for growing yet even deeper, being ever yet more attentive to the things of how God would reveal God's self to us. Maybe it's fitting that, as I've just learned, that Ramadan is celebrating this month of when the Quran was revealed to you. May this be a season of continual revelation for you in God's nearness in every way. Blessings to you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. I'm going to be asking Maulana Rizwan Rizvi to come forward and say a few words, please. And by the way, I'm going to step out. We have some food, so I'm going to ask a couple of people to help the food from that car to please bring it. Abbas, would you please help? Right there. Thank you.
In the name of God, the Beneficent, the Merciful, fasting is prescribed upon you the way it was prescribed on people that lived before you, so that you may become pious. I recited verse number 185 from chapter 2 from the Holy Quran. Indeed, we are honored every year by Franklin Township for their graciousness for having this event marking the beginning of the month of Ramadan. You heard Rabbi and you heard Pastor George talk about the similarities that exist. In fact, this very verse tells us, O Muslims, you are not the first people to fast. People that lived before you or had nations or the religions that have come before you, they used to fast way before you started fasting. So don't complain if you have to fast now. No, people before you fasted. The Jews fasted, the Christian fasted. And therefore it is something which is continuing in all divine religions. And there are many benefits of this fast. To some it just seems like maybe going on a diet, and now intermittent fasting has become something that people do on a regular basis. But there are three effects that I will speak of quickly. Number one, the social effect of fasting. What do I mean by that? When we deprive ourselves from eating and drinking and all the other things that break the fast from dawn till dusk. You know, we have the fridge which is filled with food. We have ability and access to anything that we want to consume. But you deprive yourself when you have the ability and access to that. Requires skill and also gives you an understanding how those who are less fortunate around the world, in our own neighborhood and around the world, who don't have adequate amount of food, how they feel when they are going through their day every single day. So sort of you become socially acquainted and understand the plea and the difficulties of people around you. That's the social aspect of fasting. Second is the individual aspect of fasting. Pastor George touched upon it, that is spiritually how it could be effective. That if you can refrain from things which are, permissible for you to eat, permissible for you to do, then you can also refrain from things that are impermissible for you. Certain acts that you shouldn't be doing. anger, envy, jealousy, and all the other bad traits that you can think of. Individually, Ramadan becomes that time for us to spiritually uplift ourselves and brush off all of these negative traits from us. And last but not least, the aspect and the effect of this fasting. So you have the social, you have individual, and third is the most important, which is sort of social and individual, and that is the spiritual aspect of fasting. The verse that I recited from chapter 2, 185 says, at the end, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you may become pious. You may exercise piety. Fasting enables you to become pious, humble, by looking at those who are in need, by doing this charity, by providing food to strangers, not necessarily those people you know, even to strangers. That increases that level of piety in you. And of course, there are many other aspects of fasting, especially during the month of Ramadan. You can fast even outside of Ramadan, but the only time when it's obligatory upon you is during these 29 or sometimes 30 days. So once again, we're thankful to Franklin Township for honoring this event every year. And with the blessings of this month, as the previous speakers alluded, that Quran was revealed, may we become closer to God in a sense that we feel the pain of others, because all of mankind are like body parts to each other. If one body part is hurting, the other one feels the pain of it. So if any one of us is hurting, the others should be able to feel their pain. Thank you very much for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Maulana. And speaking of charity and helping others, there are a couple of organizations in our township that they really do a great job. The first one is the food bank. They serve thousands of meals every year, every month, every week to those that are in our township and they need of food. And the other one probably you have not heard much about is ECNA. ECNA is an organization that their offices at the close to Veronica Avenue and Hamilton Street. And in New Jersey alone, they are planning to distribute 2,000 meals for the entire month of Ramadan. 2,000 meals for the entire, not one day, for 30 days, enough food to last 30 days for 2,000 families. In addition, they are distributing 1,800 backpacks full of food and other items. So again, they have some representatives here. There's a brochure there, and their leaders, Ms. Farhana Mateen, is also sitting at the front. You're welcome to talk to her, but please look for them, ECNA, and if there's others in the community that maybe they need, they can go and visit them. They also, by the way, one of the things that is unique for them, they help people with hygiene, personal hygiene material. So that's something that I think is unique for this particular organization. So please visit them, talk to them, and share with other people so they know we have another service from the in the township. And at this time, I know Mr. Gary Rosenthal, who is the chairman of the HRC, he needs to leave very soon, so I'm going to give the mic to him, and after that I'll come to others dignitaries that are sitting right here.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. When you follow these esteemed clergy that we have, it's awfully hard to continue with the conversation, even if you plan your speech. But on behalf of the Human Relations Commission, I just want to tell the community that we continue to be honored to co-sponsor this important event. The HRC, as many of you know, we have some members of the HRC that are here, is an active commission, and we concentrate on a community service, and especially because our township is a diverse community. I've been here since 1969, and I can tell you that diversity has increased tremendously. We thank the members of our council, and the mayor's here, and the councilman's here. So all I want to indicate is that on behalf of the HRC, it is my honor once again to co-sponsor this event. Please excuse me, I have another meeting that I have to attend, so I'll be leaving. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary. So we have a few officials of the township here and visitors. So I am going to maybe start with Melanie Marona, who is the commissioner. And Melanie, would you like to say a few words? Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Melanie Morano, your Somerset County Commissioner, and on behalf of the entire Board of Commissioners, we wish you a very blessed Ramadan. I can honestly say that one of the perks of being a county elected official is the ability and the opportunity to meet so many lovely people and to learn so many new customs and spiritual processes and religions, etc. It's been a true joy and a pleasure for me. And may I proactively say to you all, every time I have been invited to a Muslim event, I have left very full, so thank you very much for all the food, and very warm-hearted from your gracious and generous hospitality for me. So thank you again. May all your prayers be heard by the Lord, and may you have a blessed Ramadan.
And I see a wonderful man walked in, our Assemblyman Joe Danielson. Good timing, Joe. Come up here, please. Come up here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe, for coming. We're going to give you the mic to wish.
Hello, everybody. Salam alaikum. I wish you a joyous and happy holiday. And I'm going to be short. If I could ever be of service to you, please just contact me at my office. Love you all. Remember, your family is my family, and my family is your family. And we will all live fantastic here in Franklin. And thank you for coming tonight.
Don't go away. Don't go away. Okay. Thursday, I see this gentleman. He has lots of hair. And Saturday, he shaves his head. So in 30 seconds, tell why you did that.
So in every 2 minutes throughout the world, children are diagnosed with cancer. And though 90% of them, in America at least, will survive, 99% will have chronic health conditions for the rest of their lives. I raise money for children's cancer research through St. Baldrick's, but that money takes time to translate into treatment. But if you're a parent and your child is diagnosed with cancer, let me assure you, you are out of time. So sooner we start investing into research and development for children's cancer, the quicker it can be done, translated into a treatment.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Now, hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
And if you know anything about children, all they want to do is be like all the other children around them. So I raise money for St. Baldrick's, and then to stand in solidarity with the children, we shave our head to be just like them.
Thank you so much. Now, Remember, one of the acts of Ramadan is a charity. So Joe, we have a check for $1,000 from Razi Health Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. All right, Mayor, Mr. Mayor, may I ask you to say a few words?
Hello, everyone. You enrich me. You enrich me. You inform me. I learn from you. When I'm going to tell a story that's a little abrupt, but stick with me, and I think you'll know where I'm going with this. When my first day in pilot training, I was sitting in the front row of the squadron, and I heard behind me someone say, "What do you mean they don't believe in Christ? What do they believe in?" I, being Jewish, realized what he was saying, and this was someone who had never met a Jew in his entire life. Children in Franklin will never have to do that. They will know who Jews are, of course, but they will know Muslims. And they will be familiar with all the things of all the various religions, the 70 religions that we have in this town. And because of that diversity, you enrich me. And I thank you for being here, teaching me. I've learned so much, and I have so much more to learn. So thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. So we have a couple other dignitaries here. First, we have Tina Jello, who's the Somerset surrogate. So please, Tina.
Ramadan Mubarak from the Somerset County Surrogate's Office and from all the constitutional offices in Somerset County. Can you hear me? Do I have to repeat that, or did you hear that? Okay. Ramadan Mubarak. I want to thank everybody for being here today. As I look around everybody, I start to say, I can tell you what Ramadan is all about, but you know that. We know that. We know what fasting is all about. We know what it takes to fast and how it punishes our soul to fast. So I want to remind everybody that part of fasting is giving to other people and doing charity during this month. Thank you. So that's what I wish for everybody here, to go out, to be charitable, to help other people, and to everybody have a blessed Ramadan.
Thank you, Tina. We have also a few officials here, leaders of our township. We have Mr. Ron Jordan standing right there. He's the Democratic committee chair. We have our good friend, Bill Gerpo. I'm sure you probably have heard from him. He is also a Board of Education member. And we have a few others, so if I missed anybody, I apologize it. And we have two of our council people here. We have Councilman Ram Ambarsam, and also we have Councilwoman Shifa Yuddin. They have been our partners in these kind of events. And if you wish to say a few words, please come forward.
Okay. I learned don't stand in the way of food, so my remarks will be very, very brief. Mubarak, Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. This is a great day that we started together 3 years ago. Alex has been organizing it for us. And this is such a great occasion in this wonderful diversified town. We have lots of different cultures and heritage, and we like to celebrate each and every one of them as much as we can. So with that, let Ramadan fill the days of our days with the light and fill your hearts with the delight. Thank you.
He's going to keep me company. Greetings. Assalamu alaikum. I see many members here today, not just Franklin Township. I see our surrounding cities, and I'm so proud and grateful to be here amongst you guys. This is, like Councilman Ram said, this is our 3rd annual lighting ceremony, and every year it's getting bigger and bigger. And we just can't wait to celebrate more and more cultures and religions here in Franklin Township. I think that is one of the reasons why I love to be in this city, in this town, because we embrace everyone's culture, everyone's religion. No one is separated, everyone is together. And that's something that has been always very meaningful to me. I always keep that very close to my heart. And I think as I'm seeing around, kids running around and food is here from Halal Guys. So thank you again for being here. I just want to recognize a few more people that has done work here. Bo, I think Bo's somewhere here from Parks and Rec. Bo and Tony has done a great job of putting this together for us, this Christmas. Thank you. And then our Eid community from North Jersey. So if you haven't been familiar with Eid community, they do a lot of these events throughout cities and towns. And they have been gracious enough to donate, so not donate, but lend us, I shouldn't say donate yet, lend us this structure today. And who am I missing? HRC Interfaith Community, Dr. Karazi has done a great job. He was at, were you the one with the ladder today? Yes, he himself was with the ladder putting this banner together. So there's been a lot of helping hands that, you know, it takes a village to put this together, right? And I appreciate every single one of you guys. My brothers and sisters in the law enforcement, I see you guys. Thank you for coming out. Kamel, I see you guys, Omar, and who is that? I can't see him. But thank you guys for coming out. And like I said, I appreciate all the hard work that goes into this. And, you know, we look forward to it next year, inshallah. Thank you so much. Ramadan Mubarak, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Again, thank you so much for coming. And now what we're going to do the lighting. So I'm going to be asking Mayor, would you please come and honor us with turning the lights on? Yep, anytime. And with that, I wish everybody a happy Ramadan. Thank you for those of you who are not Muslims, but you came to show the value of diversity and appreciate diversity. And may God bless all of you. We have some food here, so please come, and baklava and other food, so please help yourself. And again, thank you. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. I hope I didn't. I know some people here from the other Islamic centers. Thank you so much. We appreciate that for coming. And good night and good evening. Help yourself.
Okay, Franklin, that's going to do it for our coverage this year of the third annual Ramadan lighting ceremony here at the Performance Gazebo in the Municipal Complex on Demont Lane to commemorate the start of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. This is Bill Bowman. I'm here with PJ Parker. Until we see you again, Franklin, stay safe.